Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of TCG Talk, back today with another video. And in today's video, it's going to be the first video in a series called How to Katsu. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I'm going to be putting this on the main portion of my channel so more people can see it. If you're not new to the channel and you've been following the content, thank you so much. And hopefully some of these videos will help you, but some of you might have heard before if you're a long-standing person on my channel. The purpose of making this series is I want to get people as ready as possible before Outsiders releases. Most of these videos are going to be kind of like my thoughts on how to play the hero and best ways practices before the set releases, and then we'll have some updates after the set, obviously. But I'll try to speak in how I think Outsiders is going to go, and just give you basic principles that no matter what cards are released, you're going to be ready to play the hero, whether it's in a limited format, in a draft format, in a CC, Blitz, whatever it might be. So we're going to have a bunch of different videos. The first one's going to be why Katsu? Why do you pick Katsu? What's the deal with Katsu? Things of that nature. And then we'll go into, in other videos, we'll go into attack reactions. We'll go into starters. We'll go into all types of stuff, right? How to play into the meta. What is Katsu good into? What is Katsu bad into? Different archetypes like Turtle Katsu, Control Katsu, things of that nature. So hopefully you enjoy this. If you do like this content, please leave a like, comment, subscribe. Join the Discord down below if you want to. We have a really good community in there, almost 360 members, or about 360 members at this point. Really good, fun community, whether you're a Ninja player or not, doesn't matter. But yeah, we'll get right into it. So, Katsu is a ninja hero, for those who are new to the game, that reads the first tab: an attack action card you control hits. You may discard a card with cost 0. If you do, search your deck for a card with the word combo in it, banish it face up, and then shuffle your deck. You may play that card this turn. So the purpose for Katsu is he's for the most part, an aggro-based hero. There have been some control time frames where he was called Turtle Katsu, where it was really control based. You can play that way, but for the most part, the main purpose of Katsu is to go really wide as a ninja, to hit your opponent with a bunch of little attacks, 1, 2, 3, just poke away at your opponent and force them to block cards they don't want to block, or block inopportune blocks, right? You'll use cards like Kadachis, which will allow you to basically put your opponent in a bad spot where they're forced to block out cards that they really don't want to block, and it's inefficient blocks. And what that does for you is it gives you card advantage in the ability over the course of the game, or if they choose not to block, then you can draw cards. So now that I fixed that, as I was talking, it's Harmonized Kadachi reads: if you have a card in your pitch zone with cost 0, Harmonized Kadachi gains go again. Now we might get or probably are going to get a new token weapon for Katsu in the Outsider set. However, the Harmonized Kadachi is a kind of a synonymous to how Katsu wants to play. People play Katsu a bunch of different ways. People who've been following the channel before this might know that I've kind of talked about this, how overall, some people want to play ninja really fast, just deal damage as much as possible. And while Katsu can do that, he's more of a flexible hero that allows you to play different play lines and basically force your opponent to make a bad decision. If you like the kind of mind game aspect of it, a lot of reactions, a lot of different lines your opponent wasn't expecting, kind of keeping your opponent guessing at a very consistent rate, while also dealing a fair amount of damage, kind of higher on the spectrum when it comes to other heroes, then Katsu might be a really good fit for you. He has cards like Mask of Momentum, which allow him to, if an attack action card you control hits on the 3rd or higher chain link in a row, you draw a card. So he has a lot of draw ability and draw power. So if you like drawing cards, you like being able to put a lot of pressure on your opponent, then it's very good for that. So how does he go about doing that? So he has the Kadachis, which he can pitch to play. You get 2 Kadachis, but you also can use cards like Surging Strike, Leg Tap, and Head Jab, which are starters, basically first string attacks. There are other first string attacks in the game. These are kind of just the basic ones for Ninja. And what these allow you to do is immediately, if you have a 4-card hand and you play Head Jab, you still have 3 cards in your hand, and you're basically telling your opponent, if you don't block this, I can discard one of my cards and go get a more powerful card, right? And it allows you to have above rate attacks and continue with your turn. So how to play Katsu. I did a couple of videos back talking about why do you play it, how do you play it, like with ratios, play line efficiency. So kind of the question is, well, why do I play Katsu over a hero like Fi? Well, other than my initial answer would be if you like the hero more, if you like the aesthetic more, the way it plays and things of that nature. But from a competitive aspect, if you can get really good with Katsu, especially in this new set, what Katsu is going to allow you to do is basically give your opponent a decision point with very little information, and they're going to have to make a decision. So there's new cards in the set that are going to allow you to change names of cards and things of that nature, and like really be more consistent with your play lines, and basically really surprise your opponent with the line that you're going to do, and basically force them to make a bad decision over the course of the game, or multiple bad decisions, and then punish them for those bad decisions. It doesn't quite have the raw power that Fi does as a ninja hero, although it might get close with this set with some of the new cards. However, it does have more flexibility than Fi does, at least in my opinion, and you can play into a couple different archetypes a little bit smoother than Fi, whereas Fi is, I'm just going to try to get you to 0 faster than anybody else. So that's kind of the purpose for that. So going back to the combo mechanic, as you can see here, like this card named 100 Wins has combo in it. If 100 Wins was the last attack, this combat chain, this attack gains +1 if 100 Wins was the last one before it. So basically, if you play 100 Wins and then you play another 100 Wins, your second 100 Wins will come in for +1. That's its combo ability. Whenever you see a card with combo, if it is preceded by an attack that's printed on the card, so like for example here, open the center, if head jab was the last attack, open the center normally would only come in for 2. It would be 2 resources for 5 damage, and it wouldn't have go again. However, if head jab is the prior attack, then it comes in for 6 damage and go again and dominate. So it gets added buffs if you combo those 2 attacks together. So anybody that's like from the fighting game community, has played like My Hero Academia, has played Dragon Ball Z, or you just like played fighting games in general, this has like that similar like combo-esque style feel to it. Another one is Rise Knee Thrust. If it follows up the attack leg tap, it gains +2 and go again. So it goes from a 0 for 3 with no go again to a 0 for 5 with go again. So as you can see, like you get incremental value if they allow you to get your attacks to hit and be able to combo these attacks together. Then going into the attack reactions, which is really fun, and we'll talk about these in a later video, but if you like reactions that kind of have, they're really above rate. A lot of Katsu's attack reactions or ninja attack reactions in general are very above rate. Ancestral Empowerment doesn't cost anything to play. It blocks for 3, and if you play it on an attack, on a ninja attack, it gains +1 and you draw a card. So if you're threatening a draw off a Mask of Momentum and they block it exact and you play Ancestral Empowerment, you'll not only draw a card for Ancestral Empowerment, but you also draw a card off Mask because it's going to hit unless they have a defense reaction. And it's just really nice for that. They also have cards that access to cards like Flick Flack, which is just tremendous value. It basically gives, if you defend with Flick Flack for 4, if you defend with another combo card following it on a different chain, then it'll get +2. So you could defend with this for 4 and defend with, like, let's say a Whelming Gustwave, which normally only defends for 3, but it'll get the +2 buff from Flick Flack, so it'll defend for 5. So that's really nice. But yeah, overall, really good above rate stuff. Katsu's kind of fell a little bit more out of favor as some of these new cards have came out and new heroes have came out because of just the way the game has gone. A lot of heroes can efficiently block. So Katsu currently right now is not at the top of the meta. Definitely one of the, like, not the bottom tier meta in my opinion. I think he's like a low B tier. But with these new cards that we're already seeing from outsiders, I think Katsu's going to rise very steadily and could potentially be in the mix for the meta. So yeah, if you're more interested in playing like an aggro hero that also can flex into like a mid-range control, really flexible hero that can play a lot of different archetypes, a lot of different things, Katsu may be really good for you. If you like the fighting game aspect or ninja style, like, you know, comboing strings of different attacks together and really surprising your opponent and putting them in a bad position and forcing them to make bad blocks, Katsu might be really good for you. Or if you just like the aesthetic. My original reason for getting into Katsu is just I like the ninja samurai, like up in the mountains, you know, type feel, as you can see in the background here. The background of this video is Mysteria in the Flesh and Blood lore. It's basically like where all the ninjas like home is. So that aesthetic really appealed to me and was something I really enjoyed. So if you like that as well, Katsu's set to be really good in Outsiders. He's already had a couple cards revealed that are going to be really good for his kit, which we'll go over here in a future video. But yeah, hopefully you like this. If you did, please leave a like, comment, subscribe. I know for my current viewers, this is kind of like a no-brainer. Like you guys, I know what Katsu is, but for you new players out there, hopefully this kind of gives you an idea of like what Katsu can do and like what's the reasoning for playing Katsu in general. And yeah, if you hope you all you have a good rest of the week, and I'll see y'all next time on TC Talk. Thank y'all so much.